Yesterday from complications from coronavirus. At last update from the state of Michigan, there were 24 coronavirus-related deaths here with nearly 1,800 confirmed cases. Today, we also learned Prince Charles, the heir to the British throne, was diagnosed with the virus. So was our very own anchor, Evrod Kasmi. You're going to hear from him coming up in just a few minutes. And this afternoon, the Senate will take up a $2 trillion deal that will send money to many Americans. Let's go ahead and begin today at noon with Sean Lay and new information on the member of the Detroit Police Department who died from the virus. Sean, we know the chief is getting ready to talk to reporters.
The chief just walked past us going inside the 5th precinct. The mayor 30 seconds ago, he just showed up in his Taurus here outside the 5th precinct. They're going to give a news conference straight away here at noon. We're keeping social distancing rules. We're staying outside. We have a live camera inside to hear what the chief has to say about his command staff member passing away. We are told at home last night, a very popular command staff member. We're waiting to hear if the chief confirms that if that command staff member was not in the hospital being treated for COVID-19, but was indeed at home. I'm told from my sources within the department, the very popular member was in his 50s. He led the auto theft task force. I'm told he did an excellent job there, moved on to narcotics, and then was a captain and a commander with the Detroit Police Homicide Bureau. Close colleague of his tells me that a few days ago, this captain went home not feeling well, and now comes the shocking news that this virus took his life. He is the second member of the police force to die at DPD from COVID-19 in as many days as a 38-year-old civilian 911 dispatch operator. She succumbed to the illness on Monday. As we wait for the chief with the latest information on this and hear from the mayor, obviously very concerned and very upset that one of the two people now that they're mourning from this virus. But I can tell you, just getting off the phone with sources within the department, this virus, or the quarantining, being careful from the virus, has decimated the police force. More than 200 members now on quarantine, not on the job. They can't be here. They have to be home if they are showing symptoms, and they think the situation is only going to get worse. Let's go to the chief and the mayor about what they have to say.
And the loved ones of Captain Jonathan Purnell, and my deepest sympathy to the members of our department who have served with distinction with him over his plus 30-year career. Yes, we are family, and when we lose a member of our family, we all feel it. You know, Jonathan was an extraordinary officer, a leader, who contributed more to this department and the community than I could ever say. He cherished his family and the department members he worked alongside, and we all loved him back. You know, as I was talking to a close deputy chief of him, he said one thing. He referred to him as a true leader, a true friend, and a great person. So he did leave a significant impact during his 31-year career. Everyone loved him. And we talk about people that serve with distinction, but really, he did serve with distinction. Just a short story. When I first got here 6.5 years ago, almost 7 now, he was a sergeant working in our commercial auto theft unit, highly regarded and respected. And he had taken the lieutenant's test, and he came up for promotion. And the thing that stood out for me is that his entire team came to my office and said, "Chief, we love him. He's a true leader. Please don't move him." And so, while the captain never came to me, or then the now lieutenant didn't come to me, I just said how it was important for his career development to move on to another assignment. And they were sad. They were very disappointed. And as things would have it, he moved on as a lieutenant into another assignment, certainly performed in a very extraordinary fashion. And not long after making lieutenant, he was promoted to captain, where his last unit, one of the most elite, challenging units in our department, our homicide unit. And of course, I've had a number of conversations with him about the work. I remember sending him to Los Angeles to look at what Los Angeles does in their homicide investigations. One thing he came back and told me, he said, "You know what's funny, Chief? you know, we handle about the same number of homicides as LA. But what's distinctly different, we do more with so much less. And that I know, having spent 28 years of my life. So a true leader, never a complainer, just wanted to make sure his men and women were putting forth the very best.
All right, you have been listening live there to Detroit Police Chief James Craig updating reporters on the most recent death within the Detroit Police Department. We'll continue to update that, of course, throughout the day on air and online as well on clickondetroit.com.